Hey guys.
What up, yo?
Hey, Nath.
You ready to kill some Gluth? Almost.
Yeah, we can certainly try. I'm hoping for a few more people.
I know, right?
Thank you.
Alright. Well, everybody go and make your way to the instance. Don't go on yet, though. Looks like we got a couple stragglers. This will not be coming tonight. Get a 7 on Xylena, please. Thank you. Good, if you can hear me, log in, please.
Inventory is full.
Alright.
Ready to zone in?
Beercles is going to drop a cluster rock and then we'll zoom in. Go ahead and drop it, I suppose.
2 or 3 people just running here to ask, sir.
Okay.
It lasted 30 minutes. I've only dropped it 3-4 minutes ago, so it's good to go. Once Jessica's here, I'll launch this and we can go in. There we go.
Alright, let's zone in. Alright, well.
Axe, I can do,
Deal.
I can do
What do you release?
Axe,
Might want to fire off my head, otherwise I'm going to get everybody lost.
Axe, I can do, the threshold script. Too.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna pass you lead for that. Let's pass it back when you're done.
It's logged on.
Okay, mages, don't let us down.
Who's gonna lose their world buffs to oozes?
Yeah, be very careful around those, please. Go in between them, not at them.
I have a slightly faster computer than I did 15 years ago.
Go.
Doesn't mean anything.
It's an SX instead of a DX.
Math codes processor?
Yeah, I can do geometry.
Aim for the back tail of one, and then you won't get hit.
Just for the middle.
No, you don't want to go through the middle. Go like 3/4 to the right.
Oh, they got old.
Saw you die, old scroat.
Overcompensate a little bit.
That's
So,
what she said.
so mages, for those that were not here the last time we tried Gluth, a couple of pieces of advice. One, obviously use rank 1 Cone of Cold and Frost Nova. Also rank 1 Frost Bolts. It's a much faster casting time, and you can start off with the Frost Bolts and then moving on to Cone of Cold and Frost Nova to keep your areas CC'd and slowed. Also, make sure that you are using ice armor, not mage armor during this fight. You're going to get hit, and the little bit of armor is going to help you survive.
Alright, let's group up right before the pipe for buffs. Go ahead and pre-pot a nature protection potion, please, before you go on the pipe. For those that weren't here on Wednesday for this, quick rundown. Gluth is a dog. He's gonna eat zombies and heal himself. We need to prevent him from doing that. He'll frenzy from time to time, so Shizno's gonna set up a track rotation.
It will not let me set the loot thing. I don't know if I'm calling the wrong API, but it's literally giving me an error saying I can't set it to what we normally set it to. It's got to be a minimum of 2.
Does anybody else have the script to run to do it? I don't.
Let me search Discord to see because I think it's posted in Discord.
Alright, we'll let me know. So he'll frenzy, needs to be tracked ASAP. He'll do a stacking mortal strike debuff that's 10% per stack, so we'll have to swap out tanks. So how we're gonna do that? Looks like we got 3 dwarf priests, fantastic. So like, if me and Beer Achilles are tanking, say I start out, at the beginning of the fight we'll both have a fear ward. Oh, because he fears too, he doesn't AoE fear.
I got it, Hax. I was using the wrong call. If you pass me lead, I can make it. I can make it happen.
Okay, there you go.
Thank you, Discord, for archiving messages.
So he'll do an AoE fear that can be ranged out, so casters, healers, make sure you stay max range. So I'm gonna start tanking him. Both Beercules and I will have a fear ward. And we're both gonna be building threat. You need to stay below both tanks for threat. After the first fear goes out, I'm still gonna be tanking him. Then Beercules is gonna get a fear ward, but I am not. So when the fear goes out, I will get feared. He'll go to Beercules, he can build threat while I'm running away. And then he'll tank him for a little while. And then after that, when I'm not tanking him, I'll get the fear ward. So then the next one, Beercules gets feared, and I don't. And we'll keep doing that swap back and forth. So I'll call out who needs to get the fear wards. As far as healing assignments, let's have... No, he normally doesn't heal assignments for me. Is it Shiloh? Is that Shiloh?
But I can't type very much.
Okay. Well, let's see. Who would you suggest then?
So what I would do is I want to float with the druids for a lot of the raid healing in the back, but also be able to hit the tanks. Let me try to see if I can get it pushed out for this add-on real quick.
Shiloh, you pushed out healing assignments already.
I did, but that was for trash.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't sure if we were gonna have trash when we were coming up to here or not.
Just ignore me. Keep up the good work, guys.
Yeah, I'll make more mark the tanks real quick. Hang on. Ridius, who was doing the zombie kiting last time?
It was Shiley.
Yeah. Mages though.
Oh, that was me, Neth, and Pauline. Neth had
Okay.
left, Pauline had center, I had right.
How confident are you with the new thing that you wanted to do?
We had 2 tanks with a howl. We had 2 mages that were kiting and hunters rotating through frost traps. I think it would be pretty clean. Think you'd see a lot less zombies running through the raid.
Okay, before we start, good, please take off your pack.
Do what?
Take off
Aspect
your
of the pack.
aspect of the pack. You are going to stun everybody in the party.
Didn't hear you. I know what it does.
All right.
There's a decent chance of robots that we don't even get to decimate here.
It's possible, but we still need to plan for it. So he'll spawn zombies, zombie chows, every so often from 3
Every
grates,
10 seconds.
1 at a time from each grate. They'll start just aggroing onto anybody for a little while. They have too much health to kill, at least for a little while. So what we're gonna do is have mages basically kite them around and keep them slowed. After about 1 minute and 45 seconds to 2 minutes or so, somewhere in that range, he's going to do an ability called Decimate, which is going to bring everybody's health in the raid down to 5%. Tanks, healers, DPS, and those zombie chows included. Everything in the room is going to be brought down to 5% health except for him. When that happens, all the zombies are going to start slowly making their way to the boss, and if they get too close, he's going to eat them and heal for 5% health for each one he eats. So when that decimate goes off, healers need to be pre-casting heals on the tanks and get them back up to 100% immediately.
Yeah, pre-cast on the tanks.
Yeah. So DPS, what you're going to want to do at that point is AoE down all the zombies as they're moving to the boss. We can't let him get to the boss, or else he's going to heal out. The zombies won't be aggroing on anybody at that point. They'll just be walking to the boss. So you don't have to worry about your health at that point. Just bandage up when you can. The healers are going to be focusing on the tanks, not you. So what we're going to do here...
Just a heads up also, there will be new zombies with full health spawning, possibly before we get the decimated zombies down. So just keep an eye out for those there.
That is a possibility. Make sure you get those zombies down ASAP. Use grenades. Be very careful with sapper charges at that point. You may not have enough health to eat the damage that it's going to do to you. Holy waters, if you got them, great for that part. Mages, great for that part. Warlocks probably don't want to.
It's not really worth it.
Hellfire. Trying to think how we want to do the tanks here. Radius, let's do your idea here with you and Neth trying to help out.
Okay. Can we...
Kabasu, you still have Piercing Howl, yeah?
Correct.
Can we do a little practice so I can show everybody what we're doing in the previous room real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So, with Gluth, there's going to be a square right in the middle of the room, basically where I'm standing. And what we're going to do is the zombies all have to run through that square as they make a beeline towards the rest of the raid. So we're going to kite the zombies in that square. So Neth and I are going to be running around that square. We're going to have Kabasu with Piercing Howl helping to slow him as well. And we need hunters to rotate frost traps just in the middle of that square. And basically, if we do it right, all the zombies will run through that square on their way to the rest of the raid. we'll gather them up as they come through, and Neth and I will aggro them, and then between Piercing Howl, our frost spells, and the frost trap, it should be easy mode. So just make sure you're in between the square and Gluth so that the zombies come through the square.
Right.
Is there? So I'm the only other warrior that has Piercing Howl. So I'm gonna help out with that. We're gonna have Beercules and Nert on the boss. Beercules, you're gonna go first. Beercules, are you? Remember where we attacked him last time? All right, so just make sure you get him positioned in that spot. Yes, he is not tauntable, so y'all need to be talking to each other about threat and when to stop attacking. I'll try to call out.
He has by range, right? Because as you pull away when you feared, he would drop to the next person in range.
Yeah, he would just go to the next person who's not feared. He'll priority attack somebody who's not feared, essentially. So if both the tanks get feared, then he's going to start going to you who's ranged or somebody.
Don't get too close to the tunnel, guys. You're
So
taking damage.
Kabasu, you and I won't be kiting him around. The mages are going to be kiting. We're just going to be slowing. So just using Piercing Howl, just get some threat when you can. The mages are going to be doing like Arcane Explosion, building up a bunch of threat on the zombies and just running them around. She does know I need hunters, probably 2 at least, that can rotate through, dropping frost traps mid-combat. So please get that together for me. I'll do my best to try to call out who needs the fear wards on each time, but it's going to be a little difficult for me. Beercules, you understand what I'm saying? Like, whoever's not actively tanking. Yeah, whoever's not actively tanking needs the fear ward.
Yeah, so that the active tank will get feared away, and the second person on threat will take lead.
Correct. Can you call that out?
I will do my best.
I've already got the ward and Beer's first, so we should be good.
And my ward's about to fall off here, so it's...
We'll get it redone.
Do we need a hunter rotation for putting frost traps out?
I already asked, she's no.
Okay, cool.
Are there any questions about this fight?
Do you still want Shiley kiting on the right hand side?
No.
Please DPS, let the tanks, top 2 tanks get threat. Plenty of time to blow this thing up.
Alright. Yeah, when we drop down, fight's gonna start immediately. Just let Beercules and Nert get him positioned on the far side of the room. Just follow. Don't need to hurry up on the DPS, just wait. Let him get him in position.
And a quick reminder, if you're not kiting, make sure you go across that square in the middle of the floor so that the zombies come through it.
Lilith is about 30 seconds from zoning in. Do we want to wait so we can summon him here and then start?
Yeah, we'll just wait. So this green tunnel is going to do nature damage. So pop a nature protection potion if you haven't already, please. That'll prevent you from taking too much as you run through. As you're running through the tunnel, make sure you hug to the right. There are holes on the left-hand side. You will fall through and you will be out of the fight. May not want to summon right on the pipe. Let's summon back on the platform.
On live a little.
Do we know if Blessing of Protection would clear the debuff the little skeletons give?
Probably not. Oh, and that reminds me. So the skeletons are going to do it. If they hit you, they're going to do a debuff that's going to increase the amount of physical damage you take. So you don't want to get hit by them.
I think the Divine Shield cleared it, so Bob may, but you'll also, whoever's kiting them will lose threat as soon as they get bopped.
Well, I was thinking last week when we did this, I had several stacks, and when the call came out, of course skeletons were no longer attracted to me, that maybe Bob would clear the stacks, and that way when the second round starts I wouldn't roll over and die because I had too many stacks.
It might, I don't think it will.
Yeah, if we we do this right, Kaba, you shouldn't have very many stacks because they're gonna be aggroed to either myself or Neth, and you're just gonna be shouting to slow them.
Correct. But you know, accidents do happen.
True.
Alright, so we're just waiting for a couple people to get zoned in. Well, it's pretty far away. Yeah, he's kind of far away too.
I think we'll just go with
That's really far away.
walking in now.
We'll just get Lilith in here and then we'll go. Any last minute questions?
Let's do it.
Wait, where did... I see Schoenhardt offline.
He swapped over to his Arians.
Okay. Is he coming
back.
on?
Yeah,
He's back.
Alright, let's go and get pally buffs out. Get quick spot buffs on Elira. Remember, pop your danger protection potions. Remember, Hercules is going first. And we trade it off with Nerd. Those are your two main tanks for this fight. Healers that are watching the zombie cutters, Neth and Riddius primarily. Kabasu and I will be open to slow. Shizno, you good with the frost traps?
Yep.
People? Okay. So try to get them somewhere in the middle of that, in that square area as best as possible, but mages will just have to
We'll work with it.
adjust to you. So just make sure they're down rather than the perfect spot.
Will do.
Okay.
Don't fall down the hole.
If the mages are kiting, shouldn't you and me have salvation?
Probably wouldn't hurt. We get
If you
Nick.
take those off the tank list, I can do it. It's my add-on block.
Yeah,
Cock blocked by the add-on.
there you go. I'm actually gonna put Neth and Radius as main tanks so you can see them.
I forget. Do we want amp magic on a tank on this fight?
Yeah, you can do that. Okay, everybody's ready.
Mages, do you want
Hercules
salve
checks
or
now.
now?
No self.
Let's rock and roll.
At least for
salve?
Neth and Radius.
Neth and Riddius no salve. The other mages can have salve.
Okay, I
Yeah.
cleared it.
Hercules lead the charge.
Let's do
We're gonna
this.
stay to the right.
Yeah, don't trap down a hole and get made fun of the rest of the night.
So that's all. It's got the right side, so giant fucking hole. Let's do barely visible.
Alright, you see these big square grates? This is where the zombies are gonna come out of. You don't want to stand on the grates, folks.
You guys don't want to spread out too much.
Not hitting the zombies.
Get past the square, everybody. See that big square in the middle? Get past it.
Right hack.
Yeah, right there. Let the mages
Ranged
in.
DPS move closer.
Okay, so the Fear Ward should not be on Hercules after this. Fear Ward should be only on Where are you gonna watch your Chris?
Mages make a couple zombies on the way.
Everybody has to get past the square. Otherwise, they're not gonna run through the thing. Get past the square.
Harness.
Here we go. First tank spot.
Another trap down, please.
Blaster.
We need another frost trap down, please. We need another frost trap down, please.
Any hunter that can feign death with a frost trap.
Resistant. so he doesn't turn.
You should have a soul stone. Radius.
Yeah, yeah, I do.
Arnis.
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'll take next.
Alright, Decimate should be coming soon.
Need all the mages to help.
Pull him away, pull him away. Everybody, pull him away from the far side of the room.
Decimate, blow him up.
Kill tanks and mages.
Everybody
Heal him here, please.
Braun.
Nice.
Crush this mofo.
Alright, keep rolling with them. Heal yourself up, folks.
Arnis.
If we can get another frost trap down, that would be dope.
I can try in 5 seconds.
I got resisted.
Drawing coming.
Flapper.
Resisted.
Get on beer.
Item away from. Radius is down.
Alright, nothing's on you.
You could use other mages' help.
Yep,
Any
you just
mages
get your numbers out.
Braun.
You got 2 frost traps to work with. You got a big area.
Try and
Just don't get them close to Gluth.
Arnis.
I'm ready.
Keep boss down.
GG's.
Radius is that wraps us up.
Nice.
Yeah, we got another splinter, baby. Pass on that.
Yep, I guess we'll have Seer and Radius both roll need.
Actually, we kind of talked about this earlier, and I talked it over with Sephard too. We're gonna give them to Dan tonight because he's closer to getting that one done. So any shards go to Dan.
Okay.
That's
That works.
huge. You guys are huge. Congrats. That's awesome. Everybody.
Yes, I had a clenched butthole the entire fight.
Alright, so I guess we'll get Loatheb, if you're good doing loot, we'll just have you do it then.
Hey, so how's carrot on this stick pretty good? Good. Tried it.
Good, dude.
My god. Oh, and mithril spurs. Oh my god. Oh wow.
Almost having a Santa hat on it. Last minute.
Okay, we probably aren't going to need to do another. Or do a DKP push. Looking through it, there's some erroneous entries from last night that I forgot to remove, so I'm going through and removing these real quick. So hold off on loot for now. You're going to have to recheck how much you have shortly.
Alright. Am I still doing main loot? Because we still have people that need to pass.
Yeah, everybody going past.
Except that one.
Let's
Whoever's
see.
supposed to get that one. Remember, they need to.
Oh yeah, Dan on the thing.
It's important to do the thing after this.
Always do the thing.
I actually stopped one splinter. Whose thing are we doing?
Darnatus says.
Oh, you don't know whose thing.
Alright, I'm broadcasting a table.
Just like to point out that you guys did awesome. Not a single zombie chow got to him after the first decimate. That was dope.
Draft hump, holy water, and holy wrath.
Don't flex too hard, Shelly.
Flex that shit. Yeah, how dare you?
So thank you to whoever mistletoed me.
We got incoming.
Just
We got lots of income.
stay back. Alright, everybody back into the room. Shizno's gonna try something.
This never ends well.
We're not. Well, before we do that, does anybody know? Can we just run through here without aggroing anything?
Yep.
Oh.
Can we start some loot here? I need raid. I need the raid assist.
Alright, so how we're doing this was Lilith, are you in this way?
Yeah.
Do you want to just do loot or Jazz handle it?
Doesn't matter to me. I can do it, or she can do it. Whoever.
Yeah, Jazz pick up the first two things. Let's just have Jazz do it if you want to just explain to everybody what the rules are for bidding.
Keep running, Jazz. You don't want
to same loot rules pretty much as any other night. Everybody, if you're in the middle of that room, just ran through. Keep moving.
Yeah, you don't want to stop there.
First round is going to be main spec over off spec. So if you want something for off spec, you can still bid first round. For all the 20% minimum bid, normal rules, blah blah blah. And then second round will be just a highest bidder takes it, no minimum bid.
So we're not following the DKP loot rules.
So they're still going to bid using DKP.
But
everything
not prior on the loot rules.
No, everything is still priority based.
Okay. All right, well then let's open these puppies. So, physical DPS, first round.
Looks like a goddamn fraternity battle.
Yeah, but a glowing one.
Glowing cricket bat.
That's what it is.
This is the hardest boss in the game.
1 second. It was just verifying something. Alright, awarding item now.
Gotcha.
Oh, never mind, I found.
Alright, once we loot out, we'll talk about the fight.
I gotta run back. It didn't give me the paladins or shoulders.
Okay. Well, while she's doing that, we'll talk about this a little bit then. So as you can see, there's two little mini bosses up on these platforms. The one on the right is going to do a mana burn that can be ranged. If you stay at max range, healers specifically, and hunters on that one. The one on the left is going to do basically like a power-up kind of ability thing. So the tanks are going to be taking a little bit of damage. So the casters plus Schoenhart are going to go to the left. The melee plus hunters are going to go to the right. And the main thing is that both of these mobs have to die at the same time for us to proceed. Also, there you see the little lightning that's connecting with the Tesla coil looking things. They need to stay in range of that, so the tanks are going to take them If you get up to the platform, you'll see there's a little corner closest to that little thing. You kind of want to take them in that little range. Every so often, they're going to do like a war stomp, and they're going to boot the tanks from one side to the other. So we're going to have 2 tanks on either side. Nerd and I will go to the right. Hercules and Kabasu will go to the left.
Don't touch what you can't afford.
And you need to make sure those tanks are top 2. And they'll just swap one out when they get moved over. And you'll just end up on the other side, essentially.
Make sure you taunt, otherwise they'll run down.
Yeah. So when that happens, you'll use the off tank to just taunt them.
Alright, let's get the soldiers out. It's warriors over rogue.
Okay, so, Pre, what were you saying? You got stepped on.
That's all good. They just do a tiny little knockback, each of them, so, you know, don't tank them, like, right on the edge.
Yeah, that's a good point. Just, like, maybe 5 yards or so inside, or 10 yards. It shouldn't be that far. Just keep an eye on the swap. Off tanks that are on there, make sure you taunt it when you see them get kicked to the other side. And then tanks that get kicked, just pick up the other. You'll then become the off tank for the other one. And you'll need to be ready for the taunt when the next kick goes. Red Spear. After we kill them, both of them, and once again kill them at the same time, you're going to run to the back of the platform, to the side where the boss is at, and you will have to jump off of the platform onto the other platform where the boss is at. You have to jump. You cannot just run off. You have to jump. I repeat, you have to jump. If you don't jump, you'll fall into the slime. When that happens, we're all going to group up right in front of the boss. I'm going to grab him and tank him right where he's standing right now, facing us. And we're just going to group up right there. His main thing is that he's going to do a polarity shift every so often. I don't remember the timing on it. 30 seconds, 20 seconds, I don't know. But whenever he does it, it's going to be a bunch of lightning everywhere. And he's going to give you one of 2 debuffs. He's going to give you positive, or he's going to give you a negative. And every time it's swap, every time he does it again, it will randomly assign you a positive or negative again. So you need to be watching your debuffs. When that happens, as we're looking at it right now, whoever has positive charge, and I believe that's going to be a blue square, but it's going to have a little plus sign on it. You're going to go to the right as we're facing him right now. And whoever has a negative is going to go to the left as we're facing him right now.
So now the ramp into the other side. If you're a negative and you go to left, right? You have to go down the ramp to the other side.
What do you mean?
No. We
See
fight
where
over
beyond
there.
the boss.
He's talking about the boss, not these mini bosses.
Yes. So you can see where he's standing right now.
Yeah.
He's going to stay right there. And as we're looking at it right now, the positives are going to go to the right as we're looking at it right now. The negatives are going to go to the left as we're looking at it right now. And he's just going to turn. And once again, every time it shifts, you may keep the same one or you may swap to the other one.
How long do you have to swap between
I think about 5 seconds.
Okay, thanks.
So watch for that debuff. If you have the same one that you already had and you're on the right side, just stay there. If it swaps you, you need to run to the other side.
Can somebody call out that swap so we all just check and...
We'll get there. Can I please finish?
Sorry,
Alright, so if you're on the correct side already, just stay where you're at. If you need to swap, change sides, you need to run there and you need to run there fast. If you are next to somebody who does not have the same debuff as you, you are going to get damaged from everybody around you that has a different debuff. And you are also going to damage everybody around you that has a different debuff. So you're going to die and you're going to do a lot of damage to everybody else. So you have to make sure that you're on the correct side. When we do that swap, I want everybody to do a little circle kind of around the boss. So we're going to go, you're going to stay on the right side of the boss, essentially. Sorry, a lot of people talking. What we're going to do you're gonna stay on the right. Just like we all drive on the right-hand side of the road, you're gonna run on the right-hand side of the road. So if you're looking at it, run around to the right. It'll end up being counterclockwise if you're thinking about it that way, but stay on the right. A little roundabout kind of deal. The tank is going to be moving as well, and everybody needs to stack up on the tank for whatever side you're there. Everyone needs to be right on top of each other, essentially. Hunters, you need to be as close as possible. Healers, casters, melee, all right on top of each other. The reason for that is when you're next to somebody with the same debuff as you, you'll get extra damage. And the more people you have with the same debuff, the more damage we do. Melee, if you are on the same side as the main tank, he's going to be facing you. You're going to get parries. You're not going to be able to backstab. Sorry. Hopefully it'll swap and you'll be on the different side of the tank for the next one.
Now
It's just how it's going to be. Make sure to stack up tight on those two groups and get all the people with the right debuffs. We will try to call out the polarity shifts as much as possible, but it's really difficult to miss because it's going to be a giant ball of lightning. You should be able to see it. Any questions?
Seems pretty simple.
One note is that the positive negative charge does persist after he dies.
Oh yes, good point. So after we kill him, the debuffs may fall off of people at different times, and they will persist for a little bit longer. So after we kill him, everyone just needs to spread out around the room. Don't run towards somebody with the other debuffs. Stay on your half of the room and just spread out as best as you can.
Yeah, just don't run towards the boss to check the loot. Because if everyone is that, yeah.
Nobody should be running to check loot. Nobody.
The only thing you do is back away. You do not go forward.
Yes. Stay on your half of the room and spread out on that half. Any other questions?
Can we mark the other?
Working on it now. Alright, let's go get Paladin Boss back up. Sorry, I know we're taking a little while on these things, but kind of have to.
What's our burn time here? Need explanations?
Yeah, when they kick the tanks over in between, just watch your threat. As long as the taunts go out, we should be good. But just keep an eye on it.
Are the charges nature damage? Should we be popping a nature pot?
I believe they are nature damage. Yeah, it probably wouldn't hurt.
I'd save the graders though, just use the cheap.
If you're in the wrong spot, you're gonna die almost instantly if there's more than 5 people stacked up.
Yep.
Biggest takeaways here. Don't get knocked off the ledge. Make sure you jump over when we go to the boss and go to the correct side for your debuff on the boss. Okay. Nerd, what you need?
Getting food buffs. I'm good now.
Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and get on our different sides.
It's still recharging.
Yeah, especially tanks. Everybody, you don't want to be right next to the ledge when we're tanking these guys.
By the way, there's no rush to kill these ads. It's not a race, so take your time.
They just gotta die together.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, Lo.
Are you sure that the casters are going right and the melee's going left?
Melee's going right, casters are going left.
Okay. Why did I hear that backwards?
Too many lefts and rights, dude.
That's true. Alright.
Probably the weed, man.
Could be.
So, for your cooldowns, for the boss itself, I probably wouldn't waste them unless you have, or use them unless you have like 10 stacks plus on your debuff. So if like everybody in the raid gets to one side, then go for it. But if you're like by yourself, you probably want to wait. Just as a little heads up. Alright, make sure to watch your threat. Off tanks, be sure to taunt when we get swapped over. Okay, everybody's ready. Let's give this a try. Remember, when we get to the boss, positive on the right, negative on the left.
I guess this is the first part of it. It's different on the boss.
Yep.
This is just so we can get to the boss.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That's right. Yep, you gotta kind of the sides of the platforms you can use as well if you need to. I can't go too far back because I'll get.
Watch the threat, guys.
Okay. Alright, here's the swap. Thanks, Don.
Let's call out their help.
We're at 70% on the caster side. Looking pretty
6.
even. Melee's a little bit behind. Okay, slow down a little bit. Magnetic pull soon.
Woo!
There it is. Casters need to slow down.
Yeah, we need to slow down like a lot.
Magnetic pull in 3. Here's the swap.
We're
Alright, casters go.
Just don't go crazy at 10%.
Melee. Yep, we're looking pretty good.
Execute melee.
Caster's slow, caster's slow. We got no worries. Caster stop.
Guy was about to die.
Kill him, kill him. Alright, run and jump.
Oh, that's intense.
Group up right in the middle, in front of him.
Yep, right in the middle, right in front of him. I'll pull it back a bit. There goes on. Alright, he's casting polarity shift. Watch your devos. Alright, so negative's red, positive's blue.
Please don't hit our pets.
He's on Kaba.
Are we supposed to be stacking up on the tanks?
Yep, stack up on the tanks, get close to melee. Everybody on melee. Polarity shift incoming. Everyone in the swap, go around to the right. Watch your debuffs. Alright, move if you need to. Ooh, boy. We're fast enough on the move.
Stack up, guys.
Stack up nice and tight. Polarity shift soon. Ow. Got some polarity shift. Watch your debuffs. Move. Alright, better on that one.
Go to your right when you change.
Polarity shift incoming. Casting it.
Chain lightning is brutal.
Nature.
Polarity shift incoming.
Dead.
Polarity shift. Watch your debuffs. Move quick. Polarity shift soon. fairly close to each other. We're close enough, but just keep that in mind. Casting Flare Shift. What chain rider does? Some damage to that.
Alright.
Yeah, you may want to spread out the hunters.
Yeah, so kind of hold it for if we.
You guys are doing good though.
Flare Shift incoming. Casting it. People at this point.
Your melee, try to stand back a little bit, go max range.
When you're on the non-tank side. Flare Shift incoming. Casting it.
If there's no way to swim back without dying, maybe.
Yes, there is. You have to jump.
Yep. Alright, so he's probably going to berserk on this one. Yep, 10 seconds. So this is going to end up being the one. But that's fine. So hunters, you want to be as close as you can. He's casting Flare Shift. Move. It's good practice one way or the other.
It's pretty good actually overall.
Hunters, you want to be as close as you can. I know you got the dead zone or whatnot. So, gotta work with that, but you just need to be as close as you can. And melee, when you're on the... Yeah, melee, you want to be as far away as you can.
Yeah, I would like an inch into where I can shoot. That's as close as I can get. Do you want me in melee or?
No, I want y'all shooting. You need to do as much damage as you possibly can. But you need to be as close as you can and still shoot.
I got you. I was actually coming in during the cast so I could make sure I was able to.
Yeah, if you want to, like, right as he's casting it, if you want to scooch in a little bit to make it,
faster to run. Yep.
Yeah, sorry, you said, yeah, everybody release. He disappeared.
Do we have to do the mini boss game again?
Yeah, we'll have to do it again.
That mini boss game's fun.
It's fun for the tanks. They get to jump around. I did see a couple people running the opposite way as I was running to the right. So some people still aren't running around the boss the right way.
Yeah.
That's not initially, but
that's what got me.
Towards the end.
Somebody wasn't in the right direction. I got hit by 2 people for like 2k damage each, and then a chain lightning for like another 2 to 3. It was over.
And the reason why we do that is to keep space between the positive and negative polarities. So you're running on the right side of the boss each time, so you're exactly opposite of the people with the opposite marking.
Yep, keeps you from killing us.
Yeah, and you're making a little curve. Don't go straight. The curve helps.
That's what she said?
It's true. That's what everybody says.
Well, we got rid of our world buff, so it shouldn't be an issue this time.
That's right. It's always easier without them.
Crit for 7k. Sad it's gone.
We definitely got this.
Oh, you're still gonna be hitting hard. Don't worry.
Yeah, the more people are alive, the harder you hit. The more buffs are not going to even be, an issue if everybody stays alive.
So just make sure you can keep track of that debuff and move in the correct direction. Stay to the right when you move around.
Yes, please do.
We need to get stacked up closely to each other to make sure as many people get that buff as possible. And the tanks definitely need to get it as well. So make sure you're not leaving them out in the cold. Because if everybody has one and I don't, then group threat. I'm going to move groups around a little bit to... Alright, watch the S-lines again, folks, as you're going to try and benefit the most from, prayer healing and... nature as his door and everything.
It doesn't say anything about the chain lightning, just says he does a chain lightning, which is not really helpful.
I'm just happy I didn't get disconnected. As soon as the lightning bolt would go off, you know, I had a 50-50 chance of disconnecting.
Is there any way that tank
run through that pipe again
platform can bring him back away from the heal wars a little bit more, or are you basically maxed out?
You mean on the melee side?
Yeah, on the right side. The one that burned.
Not really, because if we go too far back, we're gonna get knocked off the edge.
Okay.
So there's that whole kind of side of the right that you can use as well. Like if you run up and then to the right.
Oh, I fell off the damn thing. Are you kidding me?
Careful when you're crossing here, guys. There's bats.
Yeah, be careful crossing the river, but just go.
So everybody that's grouped up on your sides, melee specifically, get as far back as you can from the boss. Don't just sit there and blindly DPS. Please make sure that you're actually paying attention to how far away you can get. Ranged, use them as a guide and stay just like a little bit behind them. Just like a step behind them. And of course, hunters, get as close as you can while still shooting. Well, good job on the jump. And the mini bosses.
Yeah, we didn't lose anybody on the
Yeah.
Not last time. This time, yes.
Rogues have it easy.
Does the pipe still poison you after?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, but you don't need to use the nature resist pod. Just make sure you're full health when you go.
You gotta take about 500 fall damage from the jump too.
Yep. The main reason for the nature pod is so that you don't have everybody trying to heal up. Or at the beginning of the last fight.
Question. Question. Team Edward side. Is that unavoidable?
You can outrange it.
You can. Okay. Thank you.
So there's that. Yeah, you see that little side of the platform to the right against the wall?
Sure.
You can use that side and go all the way against the wall so you can still get line of sight on.
Okay. Thank you.
You'll have to use that side. Alright, let's be careful going through that circle room. Watch for. There are going to be two paths coming from either side. Crossing. Watch for those guys. Probably help for a pre-pot in nature.
Yeah, they're on their way. They're in the room. Oh, they're coming. Yeah. So if anybody's coming through, just be careful. They are inbound on the crossing.
Yeah, so hunters, no pets on this fight at all, please. If the pets can get the debuff too, and then chain it to everybody else.
Would not be good.
I actually want to mark these paths just so we can see what they're later.
Do not cross right now. Do not cross right now.
He
just disappeared.
See if he can beat the summon.
Summon me. Oh, is that where Jarek went? I was like, Jarek just disappeared. Yeah, me and Jarek fell off the damn pipe. It sucked. Not even the poison pipe, just the damn regular pipe. Yeah, I stopped because I was looking around for Jarek.
I think everybody's here. Just go get buffed up. If you still have any buffs to do, take care of it, please. Now's a good time for food buffs. I did move groups around a little bit. We got hunters spread out. Hunters make sure we're using nature aura when we get to the boss. I got some priests moved around for fairy healing to use as needed.
Everybody moves the right way and moves to the right side. There's nothing preventing us from counting this. There's not that much damage that happens.
Yeah, we can get this guy.
Got this shit.
So remember when we're moving around him for the polarity shifts, treat it like a roundabout, run in a circle to the right side. Ari, you around? Do you need anything?
I'm here.
Okay. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm gonna put a 15-second pull timer up. We're gonna start running up when that hits 0. Okay. Round 2. Fight.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Alright, pulling 5.
Alright, get kids down the ramp up.
75%. I'm doing okay over here. We're ranged.
Range need to slow down. Melee's behind.
There's a frozen room on the right side, FYI.
I gotta pull soon. Comes down. Swap.
Range, you gotta stop.
Whoever got swapped over there, go ahead and taunt him immediately. Range, you need to slow DPS.
Yeah, we pretty much
do res on Kaba.
You guys are still 10% behind us.
I got to pull 1. There's the swap.
Make sure you get spot locks on Kabas.
Alright, we're about equal percentage-wise.
Melee's still going a little bit slower overall, though. Magnetic pull's incoming.
One, save your man.
Yeah, caster's still taking a little slow. We're at 13% on the caster side.
Burn him. Make sure if you didn't pop your nature, resist pop.
Burn him on the caster side. Melee slow down for a second. Burn them all. Burn those. Okay, and jump. I'm gonna try and pull them back a little bit farther this time, so we have some more room to work around.
Huh. I literally hit the lip and then fell off. Interesting.
Also got people on that side.
Back.
Yeah, almost the nature. Shift, watch your debuff. Go.
I don't know what you guys have, so I'm trying to stay away from you guys. Gotta stay away from each other.
closer. Polarity shift coming in. Naxx is out. Has gone way away.
This is just coming back to me now, but if you are on the side and you get the same polarity that you had, shift a little bit to the left, just so the people are moving to the right, so it gives them a little extra.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, that is.
Makes sense.
This is death. I had a complete fucking brain fart, and I honestly, for some reason in my mind, thought positives needed to go left. Just, like literally until I died, I thought I was right in the perfect spot. Just don't make that stupid fucking mistake like I did.
You're fired.
Complete.
You're
brain
fired.
fart.
I totally didn't do that at the very beginning. First fight, so it was me.
The biggest thing that seems to be killing us is just the massive chain, the lightning.
No, it's the polarity, I promise.
Chain lightning does about 1,500, give or take. So and it's not like it's constantly being thrown out there. It does some damage, but it's not going to be, unless it's like a really bad timing wise. But yeah, it's the polarity shift that's getting the most damage out there.
I've died to chain lightning every time.
Or was it just multiple chain lightnings, or was it like a chain lightning right after you got hit by polarity shifts?
Well, I keep getting hit by polarity shifts and then the chain lightning.
So that's the thing.
So make sure we're just looking clockwise, I guess, right? When we do this.
No, you were staying to the
Counter.
right. So imagine it like you're driving down the road. He's the middle of the road, the median, and you stay on the right-hand side, just like you're driving. You don't want to hit the oncoming traffic.
I failed my first driving test. The day I got my license, I got into a car accident, no joke.
So even when we're switching, we'll just kind of keep to the right of the boss.
That's while we're
not kind of. You got to.
You gotta make a curve. It's a real circle.
It's just like real life. Nobody knows how to operate a roundabout. It's like two trailer park girls.
Yep, you go around the outside.
Exactly.
Around the outside.
Around the outside.
On the outside.
Alright, watch the blobs again.
Shoot, made it.
Keep saying that. One of these days I'm going to be the one that dies.
Apparently the way it works.
When you stopped recording last time, look at hamburgers.
Do you even raid Naxx if you haven't died, Frogger?
I mean, I ran up some things out, so.
Yeah, you ran straight into it.
Brave, dude. Alright.
Kind of full circle, because you start out while killing a hogger, and then you get killed by frogger.
It's true.
The only reason to play a paladin is to run really close and have them blow up to kill other people. Or am I mistaken?
Yeah. Only done.
Or piss off a bunch of horde and bubble hearth.
So what is the trick to this poison? Does it actually kill you if you sit in it too long?
Yeah, no, it'll do 100 damage per tick, so it will kill you eventually.
So it's like the lava on Blackrock Mountain. Do your slow swim, jump, and get the hell out.
When you touch the poison down there, it reduces your health and mana by 75%, and then gives you a little damage.
When you come out of it, it goes to 100%.
You jump, it goes up again.
No, what's going up is your stats are getting unreduced from you're out of the poison.
Ooh,
yeah. Your health drops the moment you hit it.
Kind of the same thing.
Yes, your maximum HP and all that, yeah.
Yeah. So if you open up your character panel, your stats are good. Just hit the tank.
Hey, this is like a car reference too. Check your left before crossing the street.
Call my gym bonus.
Learning so much.
Yes, you did.
Alright guys, come on, let's do this.
Easy. There's a frozen route up there. If I click it, will it go to me, or can I trade it to whoever's getting them later?
Just leave it.
Leave it, okay. Yeah, whatever it is. I'm not sure what it is.
Casters, especially mages, whoever gets that ignite, please pay careful attention. This is going to be doing a lot to your threat. Please just watch it.
Yeah, I stopped casting. It didn't matter.
Yeah. It'll probably have to be dropped at some point and swapped to somebody else.
Yeah, other people were running it.
I know y'all are staying a little bit farther back, which is fine, but as the polarity shift is getting closer, the farther away you are from the other group, the longer you're going to have to run and the higher chance that it's going to swap the debuff. You're not going to have enough time to get to the new spot. So try to push it as close as you can to the boss without going too close. So again, if you're on the back side, just barely make sure to stay in maximum range. I gotta be right up on the boss essentially.
Is it everybody within 10 yards of you or 5?
I don't know the exact range on it. 10 yards, 10 yards.
Everybody puts on a slash range 10 to be able to track who's next to you.
Yeah, we're not gonna be able to keep track of everybody who has the plus or minus and all that stuff. That's too much.
You'll just have a giant list.
Just think about the spacing on Cthulhu. That was 10 yards, like all the marks around Cthulhu. So that's a long ways. Like,
yeah. If you do the circle around the boss, you're not going to hurt anybody else. Don't cross through the room. They're coming back.
Yeah, the people who are crossing on the southeast side need to make the biggest circle because the people on the north side can't cross, go as far away from the boss, if you will. So the people on the south side who are crossing make the nice big circle. You're doing yourself and everybody else a favor.
Where are you at, Jasper?
You guys can come now.
I was in the lovely predicament. If I jump down, I die. I sit there, I die. So I'm at the edge of the tunnel. Kinda was mid-air, but landed on the edge of the tunnel.
Your knight in shining armor is coming to save you.
So say if you're gonna make that choice, definitely jump off the tube so somebody can come res you.
Yeah.
Still res me. I'm right.
Also, don't jump in the tunnel. I found that it does extra damage to you when you jump in the tunnel. No, I mean while you're running along the tunnel, don't jump. Yeah, it started doing extra points of damage to me. I got 2 ticks like immediately right
Ticks on the top of your head, and then your feet.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck is happening?
Maybe that's what happened.
I was like jumping and I was like, all of a sudden it was like 250, it's like, ah!
You're taking damage from the top of the tunnel and the bottom.
Apparently. I mean, I usually like it from both sides, but...
Arnos came in at like 20% health. I had to remove him all the way through it.
You saved my ass, dude. I appreciate you, dude. I was like, oh shit.
Stopped at the edge and flashy healed you.
Snakes for me, snake for me.
Bro, is he close by or can we summon him?
They're here.
No, he's coming.
They're right there.
He went to go res Jasper.
He was just
Finish up the buffs and let's get ready. Keep in mind, even though we got a couple wipes on this guy so far, we're still doing really good overall for the week. A bunch of new bosses down. We're up to 10 now overall. So, getting good experience one way or the other.
Nah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, hopefully once the holidays are done, then we'll have a little bit more consistent attendance.
Hope so.
Get them buffs.
Ready, steady, set, go.
Chris, what you need?
To wake up. My bad.
Did you buff fly?
Alright, anybody missing anything?
Got a lot of people missing fly.
Okay. Yeah, we split up, so we probably had to do it a few times. Now let's do one more ready check, make sure everybody's good with the buffs.
Do we need to save them for percentage?
We don't need to save them for a particular percentage on this guy, just use them when it's most opportune, when you have... You're gonna get the most benefit from it when you have the max amount of stacks that you can possibly get. So, like, if you only have, like, 5 or 6 or 7 or something like that, you probably won't use it. If you have, like, 15, that's a good time.
Yeah, it's 150% more damage. You get 10% per stack. And you don't want to do it, like, right at the end. You want to do it after, you know.
That was max out
It.
after stacks.
I thought it was 19. I could be wrong.
Anyways, here's a pull timer. Running up at 0.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Swaps incoming. Caster just still going a little bit faster than melee. It's down. Let's hit B-Res up on there if there's a druid on the melee side.
I'm like in the
Alright, well, that ain't gonna work.
It'll work. If you should res it, whoever reses it. Shouldn't he?
If you can reach him.
Casters, you need to slow down a bit. There's a swap.
Yeah, it's a good 15% difference, so slow down.
Innervate me, nerd. I just got mana bridge. Heal beer.
Bull's coming in 5. There's the swap. Alright, I'm moving back a little bit. That was a little close.
We're even.
Okay, yeah. Good percentages, 30. There's a swap. Still looking pretty good. Melee, slow down a little bit. Melee, slow
Casters
down.
picking up. Alright,
Casters
casters
going hard. Melee, slow down. It's a swap.
Okay.
Alright, both, burn them both. Okay, jump. shift incoming. There it is. It's down here. Oh boy.
Somebody's not right.
Flurry shifts incoming. Get ready to move. It's casting. Okay. Positive side mid lost. Yep, stack on the melee for your sides.
Keep dying to those chain lightnings.
Seems like what we're doing wrong. We're probably just down to the rules in this one.
Yeah, people are not getting
Yeah.
When there's a huge spike in your hit points, that's what it is.
Do we just not have enough healers? What is it?
No, we have enough healers. It's just too many people are getting hit by polarity shift.
Yeah, if you don't go to the right side that you're supposed to be on when you have the coinciding mark, it literally just explodes the ring. Like it's a wipe.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I only got hit by the polarity shift once that time. It was definitely the chain light. I just wasn't getting heals for the chain lightnings. Granted, I'm DPS, so.
Everybody knows that you don't switch every time, right? Like you sometimes look at the same mark and you just stay.
Shit, I did go over it, but we'll go over it again.
Yeah, the mark appears in your debuff slot, guys.
Is everybody in Discord?
Should be.
It's a very simple mechanic. You have positive, you have blue, you stay to the right. You know.
Yep. So once again, we'll go over it. When the polarity shift goes out, it will pick one of the two to give you every time it applies. It may change, it may not. So you have to watch your debuff every single time he does it. Look at your debuffs. If you have positive, you need to be on the right side. If you have the negative, you need to be on the left side. It might change, it might not change. So keep an eye out for that. Yeah. Ranged and casters, I think y'all are standing a little bit too far back because you're not giving yourself enough time to move. So you need to make sure you're standing, hunters specifically, as close as you possibly can and still hit them. And make sure you're standing right on top of the melee.
We want to mark like the 4 tanks and just everybody stand right on top of them.
Well, the tanks might be moving, so you might have all the tanks on.
Very unlikely we'll have all 4 of them.
We can. Yes. Casters, healers, you need to be standing right on top of the melee. The only people that should be a little bit farther back are hunters, and only because they can't shoot unless they're far enough back. But you need to be as close as you possibly can, hunters. Mages, warlocks, all healers need to be stacked right on top of the melee.
You guys don't get what I mean when I say, like, if your charge doesn't change, just scoot a little bit to the left, because you know everybody who does change is going to have to go a bit to the right, so it gives them more room to run, and it just gets you a little further away from them, so that you're not going to make that first lap, okay?
Well, you have 5 seconds before it does anything.
Yeah, it's good though. Like if you don't have to change sides, just strafe left of here.
I'll care about when we get to the.
Yeah, because anybody coming in on your left is going to be your same chart, so you don't have to worry, and then you've got like 5 seconds to get back into position and stack back up. It's just less damage.
Yep.
Yeah, I was positive that whole fight. It was very nice. Didn't have to move once.
Yeah, I was the same, like negative.
It was like, thanks.
Straight pumping.
Didn't have to move. Then he should have murdered me.
Do we happen to have a repair bot to drop?
Yeah, I'll be dropping one once we get close to the location here.
And I'll be asking one for one the next time because I want to.
Well, that's
Yeah,
probably a
I've
good
got
plan.
two.
It's safer that way.
I always carry two in case that happens. So I'll drop it right in his doorway. So it's right there.
Put it in the pipe.
In the pipe. Watch for the death knife crossing. They're coming back or just past us. They just passed. Okay, I'll be dropping repair bot.
Let's get there.
Oh, it lasts 10 minutes. It takes you 10 minutes to get here. So I'm dropping.
I am getting on in years.
But if you wait, we might be able to use it out.
I have a second
wipe on this thing?
I made like 16 the other day, so we got plenty.
Team player.
Highway robbery. This can't be right.
Everybody use the repair bot.
I'll wait till next time.
We're just man in the rain right there.
I recommend using it anyways. Just in case. Alright, let's get buffed up.
Guess I didn't bring enough NR pots.
I don't think you need them, to be honest, on this fight.
It saved my ass twice, actually.
I'm just saying that what's gonna kill you is not the nature. Like you'll be able to heal through that. It's getting attacked by somebody.
Again, I'd like to say that's true, but so far I have not gotten any heals. I just heal myself usually.
Yeah, the heals are not. That's iffy. I don't know. Maybe we're just taking too much damage.
Well, everybody, like, you get 20 people taking a shitload
You
of
also got to
damage.
keep in mind that a lot of the healers are going to be moving from time to time, and not all the healers can heal on the move.
I'm not blaming the healers. I'm saying, hence the NR pot.
But we do need to make sure we have dedicated raid healers, which I'm sure you probably do. Just make sure we're keeping up on that and keeping track of the raid as best you can, because that chain lightning will stack up.
Feel like you're not in charge of your destiny.
if you okay, I'm gonna do another ready check here. Jasper, you ready? Right here.
That's here.
Okay. Yes, you clicked ready. I can see that. Something wedge.
We're on the hamburgers and I are on the right side for curses before we go back over.
I'll hold on to it.
Oh, okay. I see what you're doing. I'm just like, I start looking around to see if you're in the group or halfway across the instance.
Yeah, I keep putting cursor wreck on the left guy, and I'm like, oh, there's no melee. Loading the text.
Yeah, no cursor wreck on the left guy. He is pretty hard too. Alright, gonna go put the timer up. Running up at 0.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Blue's coming in a couple seconds. Swap. Fairly even here. Casters are going a little bit faster. Here's the swap. Casters slow down a bit more. Cobble's down. Got a B-Res over there, find a chance. Swap's coming.
It's not Cabo.
Now we're looking pretty even. Keep it rolling. Here's the swap. Melee slow down just a hair. Alright, burn him. Full burn, full burn. Okay, jump. Now we're gonna go to the appropriate side, stay to the right during the transitions. Some random beer killings. Loader shift incoming. Watch your devos. Sure, keep those radials going out. Keep pushing it. Drop the ignite. He's on hacks. Loader shift incoming. He's on nerd. Loader shift. Watch yourselves.
Kill nerd.
It's on hacks. Loader shift soon. Still doing fine, just keep those radios going. Loader shift. Yeah, start backing up a little bit. It's on Hercules. It's on hacks. Just a little bit back. Polarity shift incoming.
Guys, get a little closer.
Casting it. Polarity shift incoming.
So we need to be a little closer.
Yeah, stack up on the melee on the backside. Polarity shift soon. Watch your debuffs. Coming in. Naxx is down.
Looks like all tanks are down. I don't think they're wrong. They're just too close. They didn't run far enough wide right during this transition.
No, everything got too spread out. We can't have the boss moving around. And the only way that happens is if the groups get spread out.
Oh, well, the tanks are, whoever's actively tagging him is moving in the circle. He's gonna move a little bit.
Would there be better communication with tanks as far as top rotations if somebody has a problem with their I don't know why.
Don't release tax. I want to ask you something. See, I think by the time we finished this, we had refined this. We weren't tanking them right in the middle. We were kind of off to one side because the platform gets wider. It gives you a little more room to move around. I think we kind of like dragged them over to the left side if you're looking at them from where we start. And then the platform's wider so we could like spin more. And I didn't see a whole lot of people like scooting on if your charge stayed, but it does help.
Yeah, we could try that.
Yeah, and what Nerd's saying, I've tried to visualize a little bit, and I've just finally clicked full on with me. But basically, like, you're going to move towards the incoming people. So if the debuff stays and you don't have to move, literally move towards the people that are coming from the other side towards you, because they're going to have the same market shift. Move away from
And the other thing too is if on a swap, so on a polarity shift, if you do that, take a step to the left and a couple steps back. That way you're allowing the people moving away from you to get away, and you're moving away from them. You're moving towards the people who have the same buff, and you're giving the tank a little bit of extra space to reposition if necessary. Just if you don't have to move, take a step to the left and move back just a couple steps, and then once everything's settled back down, move back in.
So, hacks, something I just picked up on that I don't know how you want us to handle. Caster DPS gets a stacking debuff that increases their damage done based on the number of people next to us.
It's the same for everybody. That's why you stand on the same side. In addition to not taking any damage, you also get a quote-unquote debuff based on how many people around you have the same one.
10% per stack.
It's increasing our spell damage done by like 200%. So we're seeing ignite ticks at like 20,000.
If you're close to the tank, he gets that as well.
Yeah, the tank will get that buff as well, so he'll be pumping just an equivalent amount of threat based on the damage that you guys are doing for the most part. Obviously, an ignite's gonna shoot that through the roof, but backstabs are hitting for 6,000-7,000 on like a really good one. Averaging 4 or 5K probably. So everyone, including the tank, is also getting that boost.
That's why we all need to stack on the tank.
I was just saying, my tooltip specifically says spell damage. I didn't know how it was going out.
What do you mean when you say the boss is gonna move, Hacks? Like I've fought this guy a lot, and this dude literally doesn't move an inch.
So when, say like I'm moving, if I'm going in a circle, if I don't perfectly run in the exact melee range of him in an arc, then he has a chance to move to follow me. So if I go like slightly towards the right, too far to the right, he's gonna move to the right.
Yeah, the tank ran through. Is that not true?
No, the tank does a strafing circle.
Oh, strafe circle? Okay. Never mind then.
It's incredibly difficult to get it perfect.
Yeah, I don't think the moving around is gonna be good. I think we need to be stack real tight and be real precise.
Yep, that's what we need to do, yes, but we also need to be able to adjust on the fly.
I wouldn't stack right on the tank or right on the boss. I'd be back just a little bit so that when we transition, you can do a slight curve.
So you do max melee range. Everybody, other than hunters.
You want to be as close as possible because you have 5 seconds. Which means
hold off, don't go into the room, hold off, back up.
Which means that you need to be on the other side before 5 seconds is up.
Don't go into the room, hamburgers, come back.
Guys, come back. So the reason you're close is so that 5 seconds that you have is enough time for you to move. So,
well, you're saying close for range, Lil, right? Like melee, max melee range is more than enough space.
Yes, and he has a giant hitbox. So basically you want to stack up with them all the ranged except for hunters because they have to be 7 yards away minimum. So, and honestly, I mean, it just depends on if they even have enough time. If they don't have enough time, then maybe we should have a melee. I don't know. That'll be a decision for hacks. But either way, the casters should be stacking right up on melee so that we can all move at the same time.
No one else try to cross right now. There is another pack coming to the middle of the room.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Like, you don't want to be 50 people line like we have been. And the people who are way in the back are, by the time they run around, are hitting the front people.
Yeah, we're just linking.
Yeah, exactly.
You're making that chain longer. You really want to be tight, and it seems crazy, but everybody wants to make the same movement. The moment polarity change, if you change next to the person next to you, you guys need to be moving on top of each other, and that's really how this fight's done. I know it seems crazy, but you have to stack tight.
If you're 10 yards farther back than everybody else, that's just farther distance that you're gonna have to go, and you're gonna end up chaining to the melees in a group. All right, I'm gonna pull them off to the right to start the fight. It's not going to affect anything about sides for where we need to be for polarities. Just give us a little bit more room in that circle to work with. We'll get them positioned up. Just hold your DPS for a second until we get them in position, so we don't have to, because we're gonna be in a very tight time window for getting into the right spot.
Moving over here, hack.
Just to give people like something to aim for, and if we all end up on one side, whatever, but still like a guide.
Yeah. When we first start him, I'm gonna tag him where that thing is, right about there. What were you saying, Nerd? I'm sorry.
Just like put a mark on each of the tanks and just make sure that you're at like max tank range, and then if everyone just kind of aims for those to stack on, then it just keeps us a little tighter.
This tauntable, correct?
I think so, because I did see you resist taunt.
Yeah. So would it be smart for somebody who didn't switch polarity to taunt them to hold them in place? I mean, that's difficult. You got to be adjusting on the fly, but
that is that might add another level of complexity, although it might help too at the end of the day.
The only way I can see that working is if the current tank loses polarity and calls it, because
and there's the resist too.
Another tank polarity. You're looking at your own.
Right. Like I can't ask for somebody specific because I won't know right on top of my head if you got the same one or not. So.
That's true. I get it. To me, if I saw the boss moving and I know I wasn't moving polarity, that's probably when I would taunt.
So the only issue with that is that healers are now going to have to worry about focusing on another tank, and if we have a large number of healers trying to move at the same time, you're going to have issues.
Okay. No, I get that.
I don't even think it matters
you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
We got this.
So we do it the same way we've been doing this one more time. We'll just tank him off to the side here. Be ready to adjust your positioning on the fly. Make sure you're staying with the melee. And just move to the right side when you have to move. Try to keep it simple. Alright. Yes.
Sorry, we just lag him behind.
Okay.
I'm not ready. And don't run to your sides. We got pally buffs. We still need to get when they get here.
Yep, stay in the center for now. Yes, please keep the... all tanks should be wearing full mitigation for this fight, and the entirety of these guys do hit pretty hard. So try to make sure to keep tanks alive for the first half.
When they swap tanks, did they swap the right table as well?
It seemed like it did keep... Yeah, it seemed like it did do something funky with the thread.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked up.
I think on the first one it does because it's a new tank on a new side, but after that...
Oh yeah, it probably puts me on the table. That makes sense.
There's a pat in mid right now, which you should watch out.
Yeah, don't cross.
Yeah, I can see it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for saying thank you.
Pass way to the back.
Do all the druids have their B-res up?
This isn't a go-to fight for B-res.
No, I'm asking because I'm showing everybody having it up. Didn't probably get B-res last fight.
Several times.
Flying is up, yeah.
Yeah, once we get to phase 2, B-res is kind of...
I'm asking from
Now.
Yeah, I know. Just adding. But for the first phase, if one of the tanks goes down, we kind of need him back up, so... Kirsten, Ari, you all here? Kirst, are you with us?
I'm here now, yes, sorry.
Okay, are you ready?
Yep.
Okay. Alright, if you can do your summoning thing, go ahead and do it now.
Don't summon Witch.
Pam, do you want to summon, or I guess we don't really need to, it doesn't make that big of a difference.
What are we summoning?
No, don't do summons. We're good.
Okay.
The swan. Fine.
Alright, goes the timer. Run up at 0. Let me go first.
5.
Dismiss pets, please.
4,
No pets on
3,
this fight.
2,
Get out of here.
1.
Okay.
Make sure we keep demoralizing showed up on this guy.
Swap.
Stopping attack from there. There you go.
Caster, slow down a bit. Swap.
You can take the wrap off on the boss. Just does more damage.
Yeah, no recklessness on the caster boss, please. guess she's gonna push a little harder. Swap. Alright, I gotta move back a little bit. Sorry, melee. Okay, jump down. Remember, I'm going to be pulling them off to the right-hand side over here. Just hang out over there for me. Wait for me. Remember, we're attacking them over here this time. I'm going to pull them back.
Where are you guys?
Everybody
Right here. Let's get Sunder stacked up. More like shoulders up.
Okay, cast some polarity shift. Polarity shift's incoming. Casting polarity shifts. Watch your devos. Last one. These radios are
Green jumping in max range on negative side. Melee.
polarity shifts soon. Casting polarity shift. Watch your devo. Yeah. Guys up here, Achilles. Polarity shift soon. Casting it.
I'm saying the same spot.
These radios rolling. Good, keep pushing. Polarity shift soon. Thunder. Casting it. Axis on. Not resisted. Still under. Up here, Achilles. Polarity shift soon. Casting it.
Up here is the same spot.
Keep pushing. Here we go. Keep it rolling. Polarity shift soon. Casting it.
Here is in the same spot.
I'm swapping X-Wings.
Run that bitch.
Polarity shift soon.
Remember, do not go near the boss.
Casting it.
Same spot.
Watch your marks.
Hell yeah, everybody. Hell yeah. Let's die.
Spread out, spread out, spread out, spread out.
Yeah. Who wants to
Spread
hug?
out.
Give me a hug. Oh,
You
come here,
think
give me a
yourself
hug.
Enemy's near me, I'll kill them.
You have only taken
Where's
one
Zephyr?
step closer
Ah,
to the
Ravioli.
abyss.
GG's.
Good job,
Right.
guys.
Congrats, everybody.
All
Our
right,
push.
everybody, stay spread out. Stay spread out. Just chill. Let your
Got
debuffs
another-
go away.
There's another shard.
But I get scared.
We can res, right?
We got 13 seconds left, guys.
Just wait.
No,
Just
do
wait. Because the way it
not
works.
rest.
Hang on. The way that it works is that it checks to see if somebody has the same debuff as you. So if you res somebody, they're not going to have a debuff. They're immediately going to die.
Seconds, and we all died.
That's why you spread apart.
No, somebody res.
Who did that? I hate them.
Check the loot. Let's see what we got.
Still not a wipe.
Good job, though.
See what we got.
Yeah, no, groups were really good. Groups were really good.
Ooh.
I'm needing on everything.
Finally, some warrior shit.
And no DPS warriors here.
Yeah, damn.
We have no DPS warriors.
I have a
That's
feeling I know who
fucking
that's going
hilarious.
to.
Shit, guys, we only have 12 hours.
Alright, don't check your DKP yet. I gotta get rid of one entry.
Where are we going next, Tax?
Let me think about it for a second. Probably Loatheb. Alright.
Okie doke.
Type 1 in the chat, guys, if you have at least 3 greater shadow protection buffs.
Type of what in the chat?
Number 1.
At least 3. What's 3 gonna do for you? Nothing.
Well, you need at least 3 per attempt.
Yeah. You
You
need
need
like
what?
15.
I think
I've
it's
got-
better to type 1 if you don't have it.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I'll
Type two
take care of it. We're gonna do a ready check type thing for it, so we can keep chat cleared, so we can worry about loot. Let's get people res. Let's get the loot rolling.
Take the portal.
If you're not resin, yes, you can take the portal.
Alright, just wanna make sure the loot got done. Good.
Congrats, everybody. We're 11 out of 15.
Yeah, man. Awesome.
I have 3
Which way
things
is
in my
Loatheb?
bag.
Northeast?
Southeast.
South?
Southeast.
Let's just hang out.
I'll look somebody else.
If we don't have shadow protection potions, we can't do Loatheb, so.
Yeah, I just wanna go stand in that area.
I really love to see the 4-H fight.
Walk across the green slime now.
How's it looking there, Lil?
What?
Is it clear? Empty?
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm gonna
Nice.
do a ready check. And I need everybody to pay attention, please. Everybody needs to pay attention right now. If you have at least 6 greater shadow protection potions, 6, that'd be enough for 2 attempts on Loatheb. Click ready. If you do not have 6, click not ready. Goodness.
Yeah, that's
Alright,
That's a
Loatheb
lot.
ain't happening. For the future, you cannot kill Loatheb if you do not have greater shadow protection potions. The small ones are not going to do the trick. They have to be greater. The small ones do like barely any.
they're garbage.
Alright, I'm gonna do one more ready check. If you have at least 3 greater shadow protection potions, click ready. If you have at least 3 greater shadow protections, click ready. If you do not, click not ready.
Better.
Yeah, but you're gonna need more than one. You're gonna need like 5 attempts probably to down the bastard.
It's still too many.
I don't even think we have enough tanks to even try the 4 horsemen, do we?
No, we don't.
I have 15. I have 15 greater shadows. I can get some of that as well.
Yep, I can give out 3.
I have 19.
So here's the deal. We don't have the appropriate composition to do 4 horsemen or to even attempt it. We need to have at least 8 tanks. We don't have it. So that's out of the question. Even learning the fight is going to be out of the question.
Yes, please.
As far as Loatheb is concerned, we can do it. For Loatheb, he does a lot of shadow damage, and it starts at 2 minutes, and then it does it every 30 seconds after that. You have to have greater shadow protection potions. You need to have 15 in your bank, stocked up, ready to go. Bring them to every single Naxx you come to, just in case we need to do it. They're expensive, but you can go, if you have an Irving 2 that's 60, you can go to Scarlet Monastery, and you can farm Grave Moss in the graveyard, and you can get Fade Leaf in the library and the armory. There's 1 guaranteed spot of Fade Leaf in the library and armory, and there's between 0 and 3 nodes of Grave Moss in the graveyard. You can just go in there, you can get them. It takes 4 Grave Moss and 4 Fade Leaf, plus 1 Dream Foil and a couple vials to make a greater shadow protection potion.
It takes shadow oil first, and you use the Grave Moss to make shadow.
Right. The 4 Grave Moss and the 4 Fade Leaf make a shadow oil, and then you use that with the Dream Foil.
Alright, I'm gonna start some loot here, guys.
Please.
Start with this Priest Mage's Law.
Jesus. Congrats, man.
Yeah. Jeez.
That wasn't even the same league.
Alright,
I
here
don't
goes
have
the
the
next
DKP
one.
anymore.
This is Warriors over Rogues.
Did that too early.
Congrats, Ward.
Congrats, man.
Thank you. Oh, what was that?
Yeah, you did.
It's pretty.
Told you, 400 DKP minimum.
Alright, and the last one. Here we go.
So anybody can bid on this then? There's no.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, I'm assuming.
I mean, we can really use it anyways.
I mean, Schoenhart would probably get more benefit out of the, other than the tax. Personal opinion, but
Bis for this phase for a paladin is like spell damage gear. So
Yeah,
you can
I'm just
proc
saying
your
that.
trinkets from Dark Moon Fair and Bullcrab.
That sounds like a lot of work.
Oh wow.
that's me.
Lol.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what happens when you don't get any warrior DPS in here.
In the speedrun guilds, that probably goes for like 20k gold.
Yeah. I think so.
In GK DKP gun runs.
Hey, do we need people that need to go?
That's fucking crazy.
Alright.
So we just take this little blue portal thing wherever we're going?
Nope.
jump in there.
Yeah, totally.
You gotta click. You gotta click it.
Saffron.
So
The only way to get out of here is via port.
Or yeah, that's the whole concept. You're gonna clear the place, or you die to leave. That's what they're.
So here is kind of what I'm thinking. Since we don't have the consumables to actually kill him, it would probably still be a good thing for people to at least see him. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go in knowing that we're gonna die. All right. So even if you brought your shadow protection potions, don't use them. We're gonna practice heal rotations. We're gonna practice the skull rotations.
Positioning.
Yep, positioning. Just do one, so we're not just completely racking up our repair bills.
Sounds good. Start running.
Let's do it.
Did that other group despawn? Oh yeah, they did despawn. Look at that. What happens if I jump down?
So we're going to the southeast.
You don't want us to like, I could summon people back if we want to go to town and buy something.
If we can get every single person in the raid to go buy 3, then we can make a dedicated attempt on it.
There should be some people here who are maybe we can buy them off them.
To be honest, I think if you didn't bring them to this raid, then probably either don't have enough gold to do it or whatever. But like tonight, you didn't come into this raid fully expecting to down Gluth and Thaddius. Like those are basically really, really easy bosses. So either we didn't know that those fights were easy, weren't really expecting to get these bosses, or we just didn't have money or didn't want to buy those. So I don't know.
Oh, we should have totally expected to do this boss. This was like this was like one of the first choices we had when we came in this raid.
Let's hit the troll right there in that corner.
But to the other point, it's fair. And you did mention like you don't have money or the time to do it. Then that is one thing, and that is one of the reasons that we are doing the donation program. But it will take some time to get it off the ground. So
starting this week.
Starts this week.
The important thing to remember, guys, is that if you are donating for DKP, it is 100% expected that for the following 4 weeks, you are also bringing your own consumables. Even if you only do it once, or twice, or 3 times, doesn't matter how many times you're donating, as long as we're accepting those donates, you guys are supposed to not only donate to get that DKP earned, but then bring your own consumables for those 4 weeks. That's the only way this is going to work.
We can't donate and then use from the donation stash. No point.
Alright, we only have what, 5 people that need shadow resist pots. So I mean, if we go to town and buy a bunch, if you guys have gold, we can take account who has gold. We can just buy a bunch and then come back and do this shit for real.
We have enough here to get people covered. Between me and Lily, we both have 15 each, so there's 30.
Yeah, I gave 3 out. I came here with 15. So I mean, if you guys want to do a serious run, let me know. Otherwise, I'm not using pot.
Yeah, I mean, we can do a serious attempt. I have 19 on me too. I'll sell them for 10 gold a pop.
I think we should get the spacing and the mechanic, die a couple times and then make a...
Shut monster away, that'll be a waste.
Yeah. Alright, so let's do 1 run without them. We'll see how that goes. So once again, we have a full 2 minutes before it even hits 1. Last time one time we tried out Blue, we didn't even make it like past a minute. So we'll see how it goes, and then we'll make a decision if it's going to be a possibility of killing him in one.
It should be a /yell sailing.
If we are going to give it a legitimate attempt, we're only going to have enough consumables throughout the raid to do 1, I think, once we start handing them out to people. Everybody should have bandages as well. And let's talk about this for a second. Alright, so Loatheb, the main things that he does There's Inevitable Doom. The first one is cast at 2 minutes, and then every 30 seconds after that, it will inflict 2,550 shadow damage after 10 seconds. And so right after 2 minutes, you'll cast it. 10 seconds after that, it's going to hit. And then every 30 seconds after that, you're going to be taking 2,550 shadow damage every 30 seconds. That is why you need the greater shadow protection potions. If you look at the difference between the regular shadow protection potions and the greater ones, the regular shadow protection potions only do 675 to 1125 on the absorb. The greater does 1950 to 3250. So most likely you're going to get a full absorb from one greater shadow protection, maybe a little bit extra than that, or almost a full absorb. It's such a much bigger difference between the regular ones and the greater ones that you have to do the greater ones. It's not like the natures or some of the other ones that are a little bit closer in damage. The regular shadow protection potions are not great. Let's see. So the healers, every time you cast a healing spell, you're going to get a debuff on you that's going to prevent you from casting other healing spells for 1 minute. So all of the heals are going to be going on the main tank. That will be me. So other tanks build threat and make sure that I stay on top. Okay. So we have what? I think 12 healers. Okay. So basically every 5 seconds, roughly every 5 seconds, I'll be getting a heal. As DPS and healers, you're not going to be getting heals yourselves, hence the bandages. We would need health stones as well. Once again, we're not going to get really past 2 minutes on this fight, so it's not going to be too big for this particular attempt. But we'll go through the entire thing. He's also going to do spores that'll spawn every 12 seconds. It'll spawn, there's 4 different possible spots that you can spawn them. If you see these on the map, the mini-map, the little green circles that are on there, those are the possible spots that they can spawn. So he's currently standing in the middle. Can you stop pinging for a sec? He's going to start in the middle. I'm going to grab him, and I'm going to pull him over here. Once he's in the corner, I'm going to face him away from the corner. So his back is going to be towards the corner. Melee, you're going to want to be behind him as normal. And the reason I'm doing that and facing him towards the raid is because every time a healer casts a healing spell, he's going to turn and look at that healer. And if you, the melee, are in between the boss and the healers, he's going to turn and then he's going to start getting parries on you. And you're not going to be able to backstab. It's just easier if he always looks one way. Every 12 seconds he'll spawn a spore. If he's in this corner, theoretically, it should spawn a spore over here. Every time. When that happens, we're going to do one group of 5 at a time. We're going to go over and they're going to kill that spore. When you kill the spore, you're going to get a debuff called fungal something or another. I don't remember what it's called. It's fungal something. That debuff is going to give you like 50 or 60% extra crit, and it is also going to cause you to do 0 threat for the fight, or for the duration of it. It lasts for 90 seconds. So theoretically we can get through 7 groups before we start the rotation over. So I'll rearrange groups. So group 2 is going to get the first debuff, then group 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, then back to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. When that spore spawns, it is imperative that that group that's up stops DPS on the boss immediately and runs over to the spore. The spores have like 0 health. Like none. Like 0. You look at it funny, it's gonna die. Don't be that guy that runs over there and kills it before your group is over there. Get the closest 5 people to the spore, the debuff, but you have to be in like melee range of it. You got to be like right on top of that thing. So once your group gets in, everybody's standing right on top of it, then you kill it, and then you run back and you just go nuts on the boss with no threat. So get over there, go as a group up on it, kill it, move back. Next one spawns, next group goes, does the same thing. So So healers, I see you're working on your macros already. I'm assuming you have your rotation down.
It's been posted.
Okay.
The only other thing I want to add, Nerd, Sour, and Chillin, if I call your name out, I need you to shift it. For the druids, it'll be healing touch max rank. For the pally, it will be holy light max rank.
Yeah, for the healers, you get, like I said, you get 1 healing spell per minute. It needs to be the biggest heal you have in your arsenal. Whatever's going to do the most amount of health back to my bar is what you want to do.
You are not going to run out of mana healing on this fight, guaranteed.
In the meantime, feel free to do some DPS on the boss. Smite, just don't put any, or whatever else you can do. Do not put any extra debuffs on the boss. I know healers normally don't do debuffs at all, so don't do holy fires. If you're a healer, don't do shadow word pain. You can mind blast, that's fine. You can smite, that's fine. For druids, I don't remember the names of the ones. There's one that does a dot, there's one that doesn't do the one that doesn't do that.
Insect swarm and moonfire.
Yeah, just starfire.
I probably will actually want insect swarm on this fight, if you can work it in radius.
I'm sorry, what was that one more time?
Insect swarm.
Okay,
Because that reduces their chance to hit by like 2%, right?
Correct.
Yeah, so I'm gonna want that.
Okay, no problem.
So work that out for me. Whoever is gonna be doing that. Basically, what's gonna happen with the healers? Whoever's first. Well, before we run in, I'll get a pre-shield. I'll get all the hots in the world thrown on me, as we're right before we go in, right before we start the fight. As soon as those get put on me, I'm gonna start the fight, get them in position. Whoever's first is gonna have to time it out so that you get the max benefit of that healing spell. Once that's done, the next person is going to time it out so you get the max benefit from your spell. Theoretically, it needs to be at least 5 seconds apart, hopefully, at the end of the day. But if you can wait longer than that, that's fine. Try not to overheal. If I'm at full health, don't just waste your heal. Just wait. And when that person goes, their little macro is going to go off, and that'll tell you the next person. That person is then going to be on the clock. So healers, make sure you're watching for those yells in chat, and be ready to pop in when it's your turn. Let's see if there's any other thing. Oh, and every 30 seconds he's going to decurse himself. So.
Well, he
Warlock's just
wipes all of his decurses, right?
No,
Or he wipes all of his curses. Sorry, yeah.
So Warlock's just, you'll have to reapply your curses every 30 seconds. Not a huge deal, just something to keep an eye out for. Melee is also going to get a low damage nature poison dot in melee range. So melee, just if you are taking too much of that, or when it's time for you to bandage up, just run out of melee range, bandage up, run back in. Remember, you will not be getting heals. If your name is not Axelmed, you will not be getting heals. You gotta take care of yourself. I think that's it for the fight. Any questions?
Are you gonna number the groups to get the spores?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
So I'm gonna get mages going first, so we can get that ignite roll. I'll leave it up to you guys. I know y'all were discussing the best way to do it. However, the best way you think you can get your maximum value out of ignite, however y'all want to do it.
We got it set already.
Only took 15 deep discussions. They got there.
We got it.
came all the way here. I was like, ah.
Alright, I think that ought to do. Healers, when it's your turn out for the spore, basically get it if you can, try to. But if it's your turn to heal, that's more important. If we even make it that far.
Shadow protection.
No pre-pot. Yes, shadow protection buff. Remember, we're just going in to get the feel for it. Don't waste your shadow protection consumables on this attempt.
Did you say where you wanted it to be standing, like ranged, or did you want us standing?
Range, you can just be back here somewhere, behind the boss. It's not terribly important.
Don't care, got it.
But just keep in mind the
For-
spores should theoretically spawn here every time.
Yep.
Are we calling out
Sinners,
the
we're
groups
gonna
for the
do-
spores?
Group 2 is going to go first, then Group 3, then Group 4, then 5, then 6, then 7, then 8, then back to 2. Take a look at your groups right now, because I moved them all around. That's who you're going with. Yes, Charlie, you can.
You don't want a imp buff on anybody? Please?
No, it's fine.
Yeah, that won't be the problem.
Camera's team, you ready?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
So your spore group will have 5 people around the spore before you tag it, and maybe the first person in the group, like Skilly, Jarian, Sean, maybe you are responsible for tagging it once you see that 5 people are around it.
That is a good idea. We'll designate one person per group.
So Ridius is handling it for the mages.
Sapphire can do it for the warlocks unless somebody else really wants to do it.
Okay. We'll have Pre for group 3. Ari for group 5. Shizno for group 6. For the healers, like I said, it's not as important for you guys. I mean, it's important for you to get the buff because it'll help out healing, but I'm not necessarily going to be able to say this person will definitely be able to go and get it. I'm not going to mark somebody for the healing groups. Alright, we need a couple minutes. Had somebody that we need to go AFK, so.
Could mark Show for group 5 since he won't be healing? Or is he healing? Are you healing, Show?
I did RA, he's not going to be healing, theoretically.
Oh yeah, RA, yeah, that's right. Well, right.
Devo, please, old scroat. Okay, I'm gonna do another check for the pull.
It's like, God, Ridius, you're always not ready. You're the X.
A lot more ready than
Good.
the last time I
Are
was
you
in
ready?
here.
Good. Are you here?
Yes.
Alright, you ready? Okay. All right, let's all go up to the front here. Don't go past the doorway. We'll stop right at the base of this bridge.
Do you want the put a lay on hands on you before you start? Drink real quick and go in.
Save it for the fight just in case.
Mana drain, right?
Yeah, but with these buffs, we're gonna still regen about 2,000 mana per minute.
It's more so the cooldown. I'd rather have it as an oh shit button than for the extra armor.
If his heal's on cooldown, he's not gonna be able to use it though.
Right, but if he's up and he needs an oh shit button, but it's on cooldown because I got a little extra armor, I'd rather have it for the oh shit moment than for a little bit of extra armor. Alright, let's go ahead and get the hots on me and the shield. Do it now. Let's just see those hots go. Alright, here we go. No more heals.
Just chill.
All in.
Wow.
You're locked out.
Yep.
Alright, turning them. Alright, so group 2, get this.
Say Radius, get on, mages on X, mages on X. And we're popping in 3, 2, 1. Group 3, you're next.
Group 3, get your spore.
Oh, you gotta get closer, man.
Group 4, get your spore.
Everybody follow.
Remember you're after pursuit.
Axe is down. Heals on Nerd. Swap to Nerd. Nerd, turn him.
I had instant cast, so I didn't have time to.
It's alright.
I guess he's not tauntable.
No.
Remember, don't kill that spore near attack.
It's not gonna matter at this point. It was on Kaba. One of the main things is group 26, I think, right now. I lost track, sorry.
So let's have like a melee. It's hard to see when the spore spawns. So if we have like a range to call it out, that'd be good.
Well, if you heard, I was watching the timers and calling it out.
Yeah, yeah.
I lost track when I died, though. I'm sorry.
No, that's track.
Who's on the next floor?
I think we're on group 8 at this point. Just keep pushing. Keep your rotation down.
The spore,
back to group 2.
In the backs, group 2 on X. Group 2 on X.
The spore will spawn the farthest possible place away from the boss.
Move him into a corner.
Popping.
Move him into a corner.
I'm down again. So, as
Group 3 spore.
So I can explain what has been happening. So Paladin max heals aren't very high. So what people end up happening is the Paladin's waiting like the rest of us when they kind of just need to get it off so they move on to the next person. Hopefully pretty certain.
Alright, let's go wipe it up.
He's so angry.
So as y'all can see, one of the biggest things in this is getting that healing rotation down. As well as managing the spores.
25%, not bad for first attempt.
How much should we get him down?
74%.
Last time I think it was like 95%, so that's pretty
Yeah, not bad for
There is no wipe prevention here, so just die in this.
There is if you get locked out of the room.
True.
Who got locked out?
Sorry. There you go. Just leave a priest outside then.
Yeah, I had
Yeah, here's the thing. Like Hamburger said, if we can't make it to 2 minutes before the first inevitable doom goes out, then there's no point wasting your consumables. We have to be able to get to that point first.
Totally agree.
Pursue, run that healing thing you were talking about by me again.
Paladins max heal isn't very high, so what ends up happening is they're waiting like the Paladins and the Druids are, so that you can actually take some significant damage, so that they get the most out of the heal. Really, what they got to do is just cast it and get it out, whether it's gonna be 50% overheal or not, so we can move on to the next people, because that doesn't give the next person a lot of time.
Okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, max pally is probably 1800. Yeah.
Mine lands for about 2200 on mine, and I have 850 plus healing, so a little bit more plus healing will put you around 23, maybe 24.
Mine hit for 3447.
Is that a crit?
Crit.
Yeah, it should be use your divine favor and you get the it's a cheap crit.
Yeah, if you use the divine favor, it should be a good one.
You won't use that every 2 minutes, so every other.
Yeah, every other time you'll be able to use it.
Okay. So yeah, with Paladin healers, just go a little bit early, I guess. Then sounds pretty good. I should have somewhere around 8,500, 9,000 health. So use that as a guide. Try to let it land when I'm maybe about 1,500, 2,000 down. But you don't want to do it when I'm obviously at 100%. But don't wait too long.
Well, did you see my message?
Just start casting and cancel if you need to.
Yeah, I mean, wouldn't it make more sense to just run the rotation no matter what?
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Or no?
Say again, Artist?
Oh, wouldn't it make sense to just run the healing rotation no matter what, or no?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's still going to be the same rotation. It's just a matter of, like...
If we run it too fast, we won't be able to get back in line. We'll all have the debuff.
Okay, I got you.
Really got to space it out as best we can.
What we're saying, though, is, like, if you spread it out evenly between 12 healers, it's theoretically one heal every 5 seconds. If everyone's doing the same. What Pursue is saying is that the Druid heals and the Priest heals are going to be a larger value, so you can get by with waiting longer in between them, but you can't get it.
Oh, right.
Can't make it quite as long between Paladin heals because they are going to be a little bit lower.
So what we can do is, like I typed in right chat, is when Jarek kills their, we'll throw a heal on to supplement it. Then Showan will throw a heal on with Old, Sour will throw a heal on with Beering, and Ari will throw a heal on with me.
Okay, so as long as you all know exactly who you're going with, make sure you're watching the chat. I'm not going to be able to call out the healing rotation, and you're going to have to do it on your own. So you need to know who you're going with.
The macros definitely had everybody understanding what to do, though.
Yeah, it definitely...
It just got a little too quick for Pepper there. I had the instant cast, and that triggered the moment I, clicked instant cast. I didn't have it for time.
Alright, you are healing with Shelley.
Yep, those that typically don't heal, please make sure you know who you're healing with, and watch for that name to show up in the chat. Make sure you're watching the chat. That is going to be one of your biggest priorities. Let's go get buffs going. Shadow protection buff. Once again, don't bother with shadow protection just yet.
Your plus healing's not great, Sour. You can do regrowth. It's gonna be quicker for you too.
Yeah, but I think it's holy healing touches.
Yeah, but then you got a Paladin heal going at the same time, so you're pretty much getting a Druid's healing touch with a hot, with the combination of the two. It's gonna be a longer cast time. The regrowth cast time is gonna match a Paladin cast time a lot more.
I'm not sure if they posted something in Discord or we're just talking about it in the chat channel.
Like I did So after your cast goes off,
I think he's looking for like something he can copy paste real quick. So no, not everybody is going to be fluent in macro learning. Alright, let's do ready check. Recheck your groups. I did have move things around just a hair because we had a couple people that had to go.
Hello? Oh.
Hi.
Is there a macro that also has the cast attached to it? Because that's what Sunlow needs.
All you have to do is just make a macro that you just push. So basically, push your heal. You can push your heal. Like you don't have to link them together. You can just push your heal and then click your macro after it's done.
Okay. It's actually good to get it while the cast is going on.
Yeah, just click.
Because mine is a mouse over macro, so I don't know how well it's going to help him.
You can
just so what I do is as I start casting, I move it from my mouse over macro to my action bar where the macro is hotkeyed, and I just hit it there. As soon as my heal goes off. And the macro is just /Y space and the text.
What I just linked will do the cast and say it. It's good to have it saying that you're casting so that when the other healer sees hacks get healed, they know, okay, Pursue's heal just went off, I'm next. That was the only reason Pepper couldn't get it off, because my macro went off instant. So she was assuming I was still casting.
Did that work, Sunlow?
I saw a yell from him, yeah. And I got a heal from him, so.
Grant the summon. When I get it, and then hamburgers here.
Hamburgers is next to us. Why is he still?
He jumped off the ledge.
Oh.
It is in the healer chat. Copy, paste, put in a macro, you're done. Obviously, replace healing touch with greater heal or whatever.
So, normally I'd always call to try and keep comms clear as much as possible. And I'm going to do the same for most of the DPS. If you are in charge of killing a spore, please call that out. If you are healing, feel free to call out when you cast your spell and who's next as well, if you want to. Everyone's got a macro that's going to help as well, but if you want to also call it out, if you have a mic, if you're fine with talking, I'm fine with that. I'll do my best to keep up with the spore calling. Try not to lose it this time.
Spore calling, you're silly.
You're so crazy.
No, I don't know how else to put it.
One last Shadow Protection Priests.
Please.
Oh, sorry. I need mana.
Okay.
But I'm eating fruitcake, so I should get it back really quickly.
Alright. For these attempts, until we do like an actual legit attempt, I'm not going to be mad at any of the DPS for not using your consumables. I'm using mine because I need as much survivability as I can to make this go as long as possible. But, you know, be smart about it. Alright, Everybody's ready.
It's quick, by the way, guys.
Alright, group up right at the front of the door. Don't go too far. Alright, everybody group up. Group up, get ready. Hold scrub. Group up.
Squeak in front of the gate.
Everybody get ready for your shields and hots. Be ready, I'll call for it in a second. And do it now. Now. Alright, here we go. Hold up on DPS, let me get him. Alright, I got him.
Put more light. Put it up.
Group 2, Spore.
Stand low on you.
Group 3, Spore.
Should be Jericho.
I'm done. No, that's just gonna be one. Don't bother with the what I ever did to him? Alright, group 6 Spore is coming up. He goes on beer. Group 6 Spore. Here, can you start him to phase 3, please?
Phase 3?
Yes,
It's gonna
please.
be on beer this time, Pepper.
Group 7 Spore, Group 7. Alright, Big Loose is down.
He had 9 hit points.
Group 8 Spore, Group 8.
Spore floating right where I'm pegging.
That's a weird place. Going towards the boss.
Yeah.
Yeah, for second spore move.
Group 1, I'm sorry, Group 2 Spore, Group 2 Spore.
Oh, if it gets the
Stuck on
boss,
X.
it's
Beer's
bad.
down. Beer's down anyways. Group 3 Spore.
Pyro.
Group 3 Spore is over here. Group 4 Spore in the back corner.
Jerry, don't kill that spore until I'm there.
Yeah, that's not your spore, Jerry.
Yeah, if y'all notice one behind him, I'd probably move.
Group 5 Spore is over there.
Okay, we'll come in 6 seconds.
Group 6 Spore.
I like how long it takes to murder us all.
It does take a while.
So if we can get him down to, like, 20%, probably be okay.
But once he starts doing inevitable doom, it's gonna be
Oh,
hard
the
time
doom.
killing.
Yeah, that's right. Frickin'
Healers, make sure you're not doing 2 macros. Make sure you're doing it in one. You can do a cast and the yell at once, so. I forgot the doom.
Alright. Well.
A lot of people are understanding the macros, and it's like I can see Sunlow and Saintly get it off early, so a lot of people understand it, and you guys see the point of them. So once we get that rolling with the pot, pretty straightforward fight. It's just a DPS race.
Alright, so here's what I'm thinking. You got a chance. Everybody got a chance to see it. Let's go ahead and call it a night for now. It's a little bit early. No point wasting durability or action consumables or anything like that. Healers, make sure you're. If we can get, if you need help with writing macros, or you're not familiar with it, please get with each other, help each other out. I mean, it's a fairly simple one, but if you've never written macros in this game before, I can see how it could be a little daunting. Please help each other out, get it taken care of, so that you're ready and prepared and comfortable with it for next time. Everybody please study the fight. Let's just all group up here in the north side where we get the entrance. We'll get a port.
And once we get those macros figured out, guys, they really tell the story of who wasn't healing. So let's make sure you get the right macro so that you're not blamed for not healing when you did.
Well, I guess Lingus got that ignite on that one.
Yeah, we Lingus was arcane power, the only arcane power mage, so we stacked it on purpose to make sure he got the ignite and kept it rolling.
That's good. I do appreciate you coming out this week. I mean, really good job getting, what, 11 down?
Yeah, we're 11, 13.
We got to see a lot more things than we have so far. Let's take it back to our normal groups. Use it to kick some ass.
Yeah.
Good job, everybody. I know it's with Christmas week and everything like that. I appreciate everybody coming up. I know a lot of people had, family things and whatnot to do, so appreciate everybody coming out and putting in the time. As you may have learned, it's very, very important to be prepared with consumables and protection potions and everything coming into Naxx. Every single time. I know we didn't end up using the shadow protection potions tonight, but say that we had gotten the rotation down and we were rolling and it was going to be a good fight without having everybody with those greater shadow protection potions. There's no way that we'd be able to finish it anyways. That's just more theoretical at this point, but just keep that in mind. Like everybody
And they
needs
help
to
for 4 horsemen too.
Yes, they do. Greater fire protection potions would help for that as well, at least 1 to pre-pot, and definitely the greater shadow protections throughout the fight as well for 4 horsemen. I know it takes a lot of time to farm up everything, whether it's quicker for you to farm up gold and buy everything, or farm up the mats and get them crafted. Plenty of alchemists in the guild to make things for you. Just ask for it. I can make most of the thing. Actually, I can make pretty much everything you need. For Naxx on my priest. If I'm online, you can find me.
Can you make babies?
Yes.
Only on Wednesdays.
He's a priest. It depends how many altar boys you have.
Oh.
Anyway.
Well, in order to make a baby, it has to be an altar not boy.
No, it's a miracle.
Don't talk to me about Christianity. I'll do it.
All right. Anyways, y'all have a good evening. Blue team will get back at it tomorrow for those of you that are here. And gold team back at it on Friday. Fresh instance.
All right, all.
For your leadership there.
See you tomorrow.
Thanks, everybody. That was fun.